guys, welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. My name is OperationDx, and we are here for our final episode for Friday, April 5th, 2013. So here we are on episode 18 of our Simcity Let's Play. In this episode, we're pretty much going to upgrade our roads a little bit later on, and we're going to pretty much promote the highest tier buildings available in the high wealth sector and that sort of thing. That's pretty much what we are gonna shoot for. We're also gonna do a couple of tweaks along the way, but because we're actually right now in a state where we just have a ton of downtime, we're waiting for the research to finish, we're waiting for our population to fill in. So essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to crunch about 45 minutes of actual gameplay down to our 11/12 minute episode here. So we're gonna see, a couple of day-night cycles going on. So here, once again, we're just checking that pollution map, and we are getting that low level of pollution, and I'm convinced of my theory of what I said before. It's just that low level that's filling up in the region, and that's sort of how I think it operates. Alrighty. So a little bit down the line here, towards the mid or later part of the episode, I fully expect we're going to see some pretty interesting and cool buildings. We are shooting for those high wealth buildings, and I love, like I've expressed before, the way they look. They look great. I'm really kind of curious to see, what commercial buildings we're going to get in the city, because I don't think I've ever played a city quite like this before. And I'm loving the fact that there's not an out-of-control crime thing going on in the city, so I'm not have to invest so much money into a police station, which is good because we've been running in a negative budget for quite a bit. I mean, we got a little over 600,000 simoleons to work with, but we're going to be in the positive. I guarantee we're going to be in the positive by the end here, because we're just doing nothing but growing up. We're going to throw a couple of things down probably, but, it's going to be a largely scenic episode. This was a cool kind of thing. I don't know what happened with the camera, but it did this slow pan. I'm like, oh, I got to put that in the video. That's cool. So here we are, just kind of doing what I said. We're going to look at some of the buildings. I love the way these high wealth ones look, for sure. And, it's kind of cool, seeing this fill in. It's got a cool look to it with all the circles and stuff, and, buildings at different angles and that sort of thing. So, some screenshots, will probably be in order by the end of this session. And for grins, I went ahead and put the forest back in here, knowing full well that it's going to get wiped out again by those low levels of pollution. But I think it looks good with the forest in there, so I put it back. So I'm going to do that thing I was talking about in the previous episode where I attempt to alleviate the traffic. So as people are coming into your city, you can drop these lots where the buses can actually pick them up. And in my previous cities, it's actually been pretty helpful to, calm the traffic down in these entries, especially during high traffic times. So, you can see in this line, we've got a whole bunch of buses. And, those buses are going to pick up people as they come into the city, and they'll park in these little parking lots, and then they can go wherever they need to go. So we're going to place about 3, and then probably a little bit later 4 of them to, try to help alleviate that. Later, when we get things going on, we're probably going to wipe the bus terminals and go with streetcars, and we're probably going to get that regional bus terminal. And hopefully that calms the traffic down as well. But we're actually going to start running into an interesting situation with traffic here as the city, starts to get those high-rise skyscrapers and stuff. Because I'm going to upgrade the roads shortly here, and those buildings are going to start popping up like crazy. So I'm just going to see how it goes, I guess. So I'm not sure if this is actually going to fix the problem. It has in the past alleviated some of it, but we might have to take some radical changes later on if this doesn't work out. So we're just going to take a minute here in a second and take a look and see how far along we are as far as the research has gone on our launch center. It does take quite a while for that to happen. I've actually run into problems where, okay, so let's see, it's 26% done at this point, and I think by the end of the episode it gets to about 36%, so you can see how long this project takes. Now, something happened to me when I first played a Research City that really ticked me off. Remember how I said I was getting lots and lots of random disasters? Well, it just so happens that one of those disasters knocked my college out of commission. I had to rebuild it, and the research project was nuked. I had to start over. I was so irritated. And that's just kind of one of those things. At least it wasn't a nuclear power plant. I didn't build it, though. Like, the first and last time I built a nuclear power plant in this game was, I built it and it was running fine, had the education level up and everything. There was no issues with it. And then all of a sudden, bam, tornado, and then nuclear fallout all over the city. And then I was like, well, that's it for this region. I'm done. And awesome, we just got our third upgrade for our city hall, and I believe we'll be very close to being able to place that mayor's mansion, which we definitely want to do to increase the land value, and anything in that zone, like, it just goes up like crazy. And like I said, I'm tinkering or pondering placing down that Plum Bob Park that I got with the deluxe edition, or I didn't get the deluxe edition, the limited edition. I didn't buy the most expensive version because I didn't really care about the good police or the better bus terminals or whatever. It just seemed gimmicky to me, so I didn't do that. Maybe I'll just wait when EA has their eventual sale on that stuff, and it's like $3 to buy each one or something. Maybe I'll buy it then, but I'm definitely not going to pay an extra $10 each or $30 more to get those things into the game, because it's just it's not that valuable to me personally. So yeah, we actually don't have those things, by the way. This is not the deluxe version of the game, it's the limited edition. So with the limited edition, I got the superhero pack thing, which I wasn't all that really interested in. I got that Plum Bob Park, and that's pretty much that's it as far as that kind of thing. And to be honest, I don't really care about the whole superhero and villain thing. I mean, it's cool. Maybe it adds an interesting dynamic. I mean, I've built it before. You can send the dude out, and he like does, stuff that the police or fire usually does. Cool, whatever. Okay, so we are upgrading roads now, and this is where the interesting stuff starts taking place. This is where we're going to start seeing those really cool, tall skyscraper glass buildings and all that stuff, depending on, the wealth value and the wealth level of that stuff. We'll start seeing those big banks and possibly office sky rises. So this is always a fun part when you get to this point in your city. So, I'm really interested to see how this is all going to play out. So, yep. It's kind of cool. Yep, there we go. There we go. This is a really big building actually coming in. I think this is a medium wealth building, and it's really cool. I love seeing this stuff pop up. And it's like a white, brown, light-colored building, whatever. It kind of fits in with the colors and stuff that we're seeing in this city. Immediately after we got that nice white and brown building, another one pops up with kind of like a teal white kind of thing going on. And, just like I said, here's the commercial buildings. We've already got a bank there, but that's a tiny one. Actually, they get bigger. So this is a really cool part. I love seeing this kind of stuff. It's absolutely great for downtime, just kind of zooming in and looking while you're waiting for things to happen, which we have an absolute ton of this episode. I mean, I couldn't drag this out to be several episodes. I had to crunch it all down, especially so we can start thinking about moving on to the next city and, doing the great project for the region. So, we'll spend a little bit of time in OperationDx. So maybe, depending on what happens for the future here, we'll try to rush out that next episode. We'll do one more, maybe two, depending on what happens, if anything interesting happens, to finish out and close out that research project. Then we'll pop back to OperationDx. We'll start exporting all the crap it needs, TVs, computers, alloys, whatever. And, we'll go from there, and then we'll probably head over and start up a consumer electronics, or not consumer electronics. We'll start up a casino slash tourism city, and then we'll play with some of the nice, cool buildings that you get, and plop some of those plum bob parks and stuff down. So maybe we'll go for high wealth there too. It's nice to get a mix, though, to help with tourism, because you start off with the low wealth tourism, and you work your way up to getting the high wealth, and that's why, like I was talking about, having the synergy between, you know, the Crystal Valley city here and then the Indie DX city, and it all will play out in a interesting way, I believe. So, because I really liked what I was seeing with the other buildings getting up and, you know, seeing some of those skyscrapers and stuff, I went ahead and started upgrading some more of the bigger roads around the city, and you know, I'm kind of like, traffic be damned, we'll deal with it later, because I guarantee we're gonna have to. And that's pretty much bringing us to the end of this episode and for Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're interested in seeing more of my SimCity Let's Play, come and join me on Monday. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching the DX Gamer Show and my SimCity Let's Play. I'll see you guys later. Take care.